Hello. How are you doing? Look at that. Alrighty, I think we're fine. Looking okay. YouTube is connected. YouTube Live. We're streaming to YouTube Live. We got sound, we got video. We got the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. What else do we have? What do you think? It's Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. Dang it, you could not possibly tell what that was from the backside, could you? What happens if you push the button? Damn it, mine must be broken. I guess you're supposed to scan that. I ain't scanning that QR code. I'm sure it'll take me to some nefarious website like dietcoke.com. I'm not gonna, don't, you know, I've never read the can before, so I think it's a bad time to start reading the can now. Besides, I don't drink it out of the can, so technically it's not even a canned beverage at this point. It's a glass beverage with ice. Okay. All right. That's some Diet Coke right there. Nobody cares. As usual, this stream is powered, but not sponsored by Diet Coke. It is going to be a completely normal stream. I love my little streams. Boy, it's been a long week. I can't say I am pleased with how fast time flies in some ways. I wish this week had a little more leisurely pace to it. But that's okay. That happens as you get older. You're like, yeah, slow things down a bit, please. But you can't. They start speeding up. It's weird how it's definitely an effect. But anyway, it is what it is. We're gonna have, the great thing is I could take 1.5 to 2 hours out of my whatever it is and have a nice web stream for you guys. Let me talk about it a little bit. Today there's gonna be some flying. There's gonna be some music. There's gonna be some big brain teasers. And finally, there's going to be some Ken's Piano Lounge. Also, the music, the flying goes at the beginning and the music goes at the end. You know what I mean. Jeez. Boy, you guys are picky. There's going to be Diet Coke drinking of one can only. And one can only. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know what we're going to do. Although on the list of things to do is to go back to Naples. Which, you know, because we missed Pompeii, apparently. Because I didn't know about it. And, you know, it's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Here's the Microsoft 2024 starting screen. It's a loop. It just loops forever. It's like a minute long. It's like 90 seconds, I think. It's not bad, though. It kind of makes me it does make me want to kind of find the Northern Lights, which you'll see in this little loop here. Look pretty cool. But I don't know if you just go north, if you'll eventually find them certain times a year. I don't know. If somebody knows how to find the Northern Lights in 2024, if it's specific to a time of year, I gotta set the clock, or I gotta go to a certain spot. I would love to know. But I know they're in here somewhere. Here you go. See? Northern Lights. This one. Don't you think that'd be pretty? I do. All right, let's move along. Installation fail. All right, moving along. You know, again, I do want to do this thing. I looked up where Pompeii was, you know, and it was real close to where we were flying. Because, okay, so you got Naples here, right? And then you got your Vesuvius here. And then the Pompeii area is right here, right? This area. This is, in fact, the park where the ruins are. And that's where we're going to fly. Hobie says it looks good in the game, but we don't know. We flew here. We flew around the thing. We flew like over around the side here. We flew over here. We landed here. We picked up. We landed here. We didn't go here where we should check out because I didn't know about it. So we're going to make a change here. We're going to do that. We're going to redo that this time. All right. So for this flight to work, let's just take off somewhere nearby. No, we already took off there. I suggest we take off here. Oof. How many things do we have that could take off on that little grass? All right, here we've got some asphalt. It's not far. It'll give us a little bit of a trip, but I'm quite sure I know where it is now. Oh, you know what? We'll just set a destination point. We'll just set a destination point right here as arrival. Very good. And that'll give us a navigation point. Now, we're going to do it during the day. We're going to pick a plane. It's going to be fun. This will be very short because I just want to see this place and then we'll go to a different place. But I want to pick a nice sightseeing. You know what? I think we'll go back to the top of the order here. Perfect sightseeing plane. The Aerovira Optica. Easy, fun. Comes in a couple of different flavors. What do we got here? Passengers, and then there's some liveries. There's also scientific research, which has its own liveries. Let's do the scientific research one. But I think that has, yeah, no, right, no, it has Scout and Interceptor. We'll do Scout. Okay, Scout. All right, that should be fine. I haven't tried this one before. Specific color. Save and back. We're going to do at least 2 missions today because I want to fly for like an hour. Okay, yeah, change the time of day to late afternoon, so it's not going to be a night flight. And you can see Vesuvius there in the upper left corner there, which we flew around. You can't really land in there. But that's basically, that's where Pompeii was. Pompeii wasn't it was. Vesuvius was apparently a lot more active back then. But they're quite close to it. But now it's dormant now, so apparently people aren't going to get Pompeii'd. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hope everyone is enjoying their Friday today. I'm just having probably send some emails later, but other than that, it's pretty much wrapping up for the week. Got plenty of stuff to do though.
Lima, India, Romeo, India, traffic,
all right. Let's take a look at the plane, the situation. Oh, I didn't want to hot start it. I'm starting. I'm going again. Back. We're gonna end the flight. This is gonna be easy to set up again. I wanted to hot start it, so my bad. It's easy to set up again. I guess I'm just being absent-minded. All right, give it a second here. So we're gonna start here. Set its departure, not airborne. Actually, we don't have to do that. Can we just do this here? There we go. Not runway, ramp. That was my bad. And then we're gonna set this arrival here, which is right here as arrival. That's where we want it to go. Okay, it looks exactly the same. Almost. Okay, now it looks exactly the same, except we are going to be cold starting the plane, which I enjoy doing. This is quite easy, plane to cold start, unlike some other planes, which seem to be extremely challenging. Although I'm convinced that Yak 19 or whatever is not working. I mean, it's a new thing. Oh, beautiful day. I'm going to check the weather, double check the weather, make sure it's real-time weather. It wouldn't surprise me. Hello. Okay, first we're gonna get the chocks off. That's not easy, right, on this plane. You do it from here. Unfortunately, you can't. Oof, we may not be able to. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you can't really cold start this plane because of the chocks issue. The chocks just don't want to come off this plane. Like, you can kind of select the tire, and it looks like you'll be able to select the chocks there, but you won't, because the tire overlaps. So as soon as you try to select it, so it won't even let you go in there. It's kind of weird. It's definitely messed up. All right. So I forgot about the problem with this plane is you can't remove the chocks. I wish they would fix some of these weird idiosyncratic bugs, because other planes you can remove the chocks. I have no problem with. So you can kind of see certain angles. It looks like it's going to show you the chocks, and then when you get to the little point there, it won't select it. It just goes to the tire. See, the tire overlaps it. Right, I'm right on the chalk, but it says tire. I can't do anything because it selects the tire. I don't think there's any angle where the chalk actually shows up over the top. The tire shows up. The chalk shows up in all conditions. And there's not a front one, right? Yeah, the front one would be no way of it getting to the chalk. Just the tire. All right. Wow. All right. Picking a different plane. Since that one ain't going anywhere. Not removing the chalks and no starting of plane. I like this plane too, but man, I like cold starting a plane, and this one you can't. I mean, there's a developer mode you can turn on. I'm not going to do it. What a pain in the ass, though. You know what? No, not there. Let me try Optica. No, gosh, it doesn't. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. Oh, okay, you can't. Yeah, you can't. You can't disable base content. That's another pain in the ass. I hate you. I mean, this game is so bad in so many details. All right, we're going to pick another plane that works. And no, I can't disable that plane that didn't work. Because, no, you can't disable base content even though it's buggy. And there's a million bugs in this game. So let's pick a completely different plane. What else would be a good sightseeing plane? This is going to be a long time before we get anywhere. You know what? I want to fly my Magni Gyro because it's a reliable plane that I use all the time, and it doesn't fuck up like most of the other planes do. And it's not even a plane, and I like it, and it makes me feel good. So we're gonna fly gray today. I don't think we usually do that one. There's a pearl gray too. There's a couple of different grays. This one's the boring gray. Good. All right, we're gonna do the same route though. Same route. We're gonna take off from here. Set its departure. Cold start. Go to the place we want to go, which is right here. That is arrival, so it gives us a nice little route. Change the time of day. Boy, I hope we don't have to do this again, but who knows? You never know. And with this game, it's so buggy. But, you know, once it gets going, it's okay. And it's kind of fun. And again, the graphics and the flight and the, you know, the all the different ways you can fly and change your weather. It's all pretty cool. By the way, notice this plane. Oh, you got to remove the chocks. It's so easy. Took 2 seconds. You know, so it's not that I don't know how to remove the chocks. It's that they're literally not able to be removed. This is also kind of one that's tricky though, but at least it's possible. There we go. That's all you have to remove, but you have to remove them. So I'm like, why? You're probably just not good at finding the hot spot on those chocks. Anyone else could probably do it really well, except it just takes 2 seconds on this one. I mean, it literally takes a millisecond on this one. All right. Let's see. That's rotor brake is on. Power switch is on. Okay, this is working here. Let's see. We're probably going to get some... Do we have a fuel control? I don't think there's a fuel thingy. We're just going to start her up, see what happens. Oh, master battery first. Duh. Start her up, see what happens. Super easy. Starts right up. I love my gyro. So I'm not going to stop flying it, even if you beg me, which you're not going to. Of course, you could pay me to stop flying it. You could pay me to fly the 777 if you wanted. You just don't care, and neither do I. Honestly, this is a great plane. I like the gray. It's actually very classy. And again, all those great details on the thing, the pulley that operates the, goes from the engine, or actually that's right from the engine. I guess that's accessory belt. 2 radiators, one's for water, one's for oil. The beautiful air intake, visible air intake filter. Nice and simple. All right, let's call the airport and let's get the heck out of here. We're going to go and check out Pompeii, and then we're going to do another thing. We're taxiing. Fine.
Lima India Romeo India traffic KNSH 999
We're moving.
is
That's what it looks like from here.
to runway 23.
Runway 23. Which way is it? Thank you for magical arrows pointing to direction. Thank you. Because I don't know. Never been here. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the weather setting just to make sure that I have actual weather turned on and not just gorgeous weather. So we'll check that here. You check custom, it says live weather turned on, then it's live weather. So it is a beautiful day wherever heck we are. Well, it's Naples, it's Palermo, or it's technically we're going to Pompeii, which is south of Naples, south of Vesuvius. And we went there just the other day, like 4 days ago, but we missed Pompeii. Well, we went to the area because I didn't know where it was. I did not know Pompeii was there, A. And I did not know that Pompeii had a really nice, you know, had a lovely, is this the runway here? Man, we don't need this kind of runway. Anyway, this is a gyrocopter. It has a rotor blade that is unpowered. Only have that engine in the back, and that rotor blade, while it has, we can move around it. You can see how it moves around, by the way, with the collective when it's not moving. That's actually really cool. So it moves around that way. I always thought, by the way, that the rotors moved like in a helicopter. It's not a cyclic. It literally moves the whole hub. Because it's not powered, you don't need to worry about moving power around like that. So it is a different kind of mechanism for spinning than on a helicopter. So the blades are fixed, but the hub is not, which makes it very different than a helicopter. And how, but anyway, the point is, Tarkov, straight out. The point is, it's going to sit there. We're going to release our little rotor brake lever. It's going to start spinning as soon as we get some speed up. And then it basically stores energy from spinning, from moving. It's kind of, you can't really tell, but it's slightly facing backwards. All right, we're about to line up on the runway here and get the heck out of here. Basically, you just give it full power. It's a pretty powerful fan. You can feel it giving you the boost. Uh-oh, our rotor's spinning up. Now you can watch our little rotor speed on that little digital display there. When it hits over 250, you're ready to go. And it makes that great choppery sound, but you're not actually choppering anywhere. All right, we even have a route to go, but you can see Vesuvius is shit. Where is it? It should be north of us. All right. Anyway, there's a nice navigational path. We're not going to follow it because we're not going to go up that high. The other thing I love in this simulation that's really amazing is how the rotors are dished upwards when they're when they're under power, when they're holding your plane up, and then they dish downwards when they're sitting on the ground. Okay, so I'm watching the rotor speed. It says 290, 297. 300 is a good one to keep it at. You'll see when we descend, it gets way above 400, and I think there's a limit where you don't want the rotors to spin much higher than that. But anyway, we're not going to take this route here because it takes us over the water, and we want to fly over the land. But the other thing I love about this is it's such a great sightseeing plane. A transponder to on, that's all good. It's such a simple thing too. I always tell people, if I had to, if somebody said, well, you have 100 planes in Flight Simulator Microsoft 24, I'm gonna be your benefactor and buy you an actual real plane for you to fly around. I wonder what they do, what they grow down there. I bet it's flowers. This is Italy. I think those are covered like flower houses or some kind of stuff. That looks like Netherlands almost, with those giant grow areas. I don't know, maybe they're growing weed down there. That's a lot. I think that's indoor farming. I don't know for sure. Usually flowers, hothouse farming. But man, look at how much where it goes. It's all around this area. They must be famous for growing something. You can see these are fields that are covered. But there's several kinds of crops that you basically can only grow indoors. Flowers are the most common ones because you can't grow them year round otherwise. But man, look at these. I think these are all flower houses. I don't know. Don't trust me. What would I know? It's a wild guess. So anyway, the rotors on power is real simple. You got a high quality aircraft, probably a Rotax 80 horsepower engine on the back there. Water cooled engine, very reliable, very simple. Nothing can really go wrong. Not a lot. Boy, look, it's just acres and acres of these enclosed. I assume houses, flower grow houses or something, some kind of flower. But it's big. It's this whole area. It goes way back there and way down that direction too. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll do some research and find out what that's about. All right. So later after the flying, we'll do a couple missions. We're going to do some flying. After the flying, there'll be the brain teasers. We'll do the big brain teasers, which consists of 2 Wordles. Boy, acres and acres of these. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres of these grow houses. I don't know whether it's food or flowers or both. I don't know. But those are the things I know that definitely need really indoor hydroponic style growing. But there's other things too. Okay, what's my rotor speed here? 320. Perfect. But again, this is just, there's people living here, but it definitely seems like a hotbed of some kind of agricultural or industrial activity here. As opposed to up further to Naples, which is just more of a city, a normal looking city. Well, we'll figure it out someday. But yeah, we have a destination point on our map here, so it's not like we're gonna miss it, right? No. We got a ways to go. We got like a 10-minute flight here, so that's good. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no, basically it's up that way. How come it shows me? Oh no, it's up. It's way up. It's on the other side of this thing up there. It's a ways up. That's good. We'll have a nice long mission here. Right? Yeah, okay. Got it. It's on the other side of that ridge up ahead. Well, we're making good time. It's like a 20-minute flight. Which is perfectly good. We can still have time to do a second flight. As again, this whole area is cool. I thought we went around here, but now I think this is further south than we ever went the other time. So this is kind of new terrain for us. Hospitals of San Giovanni di Dio and Rugi di... I don't know. Anyway, hospital. Right, sure. I think it says hospital, right? Hospitals. Maybe a medical center would be accurate. Well, not perfect building quality, but reasonable. I imagine. It's got another one. That's a different one, yeah, for sure. All right, we're going way up here. It's going to be a pretty flight. And again, I couldn't be happy to be flying this Magni Gyro. It's simple. Again, it's simple. It's inexpensive to run. One thing I like to point out for some strange reason is you can, that the tail unit bolts on. You can kind of see when you get up close. That it bolts on there. You can kind of see there that little round thing at the base there. Excuse me. And then there's there's two round things, or that's cable guide. Actually, yeah, those are the cable guide, but you can see how this bottom part slots in there, and you can take off the tail quite easily. And then it goes on a trailer, like a pretty small trailer. Like most planes can't, or require you to take the wings off. Ultralights I'm talking about specifically. Most ultralights require you to take the wings off and kind of pack them on the sides, which is not too hard usually. But I don't like the idea of having to take the wings and put the wings back off of the plane every time I want to fly it or take it somewhere. And this you could leave the rotors on, I think. I love how the rotors kind of, you can't really see how they move because of the speed that they're turning. So you have to kind of look on the ground to see how that is. All right, we're going to face some mountainous terrain up here. We're going on the other side of this ridge here. You can see where those blue things are going. But we're staying nice and low. Anyway, I hope everyone is having the loveliest of Fridays possible. Whatever the hell that means. I should be having a nice weekend. I'm just trying to blow off my responsibilities for a couple more days. There's always Monday. But the destination is, for today, that we're going to hopefully hit, is Pompeii. Which, according to Hobial, is a very detailed, low-level simulation. But I don't know. I mean, like in Rome, the Parthenon is quite detailed. But this is just a lovely little bay here. It does not seem touristy somehow to me. We are in Italy. We're in southern Italy. I'm sure the food's good. What's our speed? I'm just checking our engine performance, and let's just check these little. We can check all our little things here: oil pressure, oil temperature, voltage, throttle percentage. Oh, that's kind of cool. Map. Are about to crash into something? Not too badly. Totalizer. What does that mean? Time active. Right. Sometimes they have timers on the plane. Airspeed. All right. Maybe we should fly the plane here. I actually want to figure out how to get this way here. And we do have to get over that hill. And that's more than a hill too. So we're either going to go around that side of it, or we're going to try to figure a way over it. To which we have to get some altitude. But, as I found the other day when we climbed up Mount Vesuvius, which is right here, near here, it's actually not that hard to get up to 4,000 or 5,000 feet. It's got plenty of power. I mean, I'm only running, what, 70% here? 68% throttle. What am I at? 69%. Let's go to 70%. 71%. Perfect. So that gets that gets those pushers going a little more. And the pushers give us some more rotor speed. So we're up to 390, 375, watching that, 360. We really don't want to hit over 400, but we do need to climb here to get over this hill. Get where we're going, which I don't mind. It's fun to fly over the kind of the city area, and then it's fun to fly over more wilderness areas, which we're about to do, and they'll be flying back in the city on the other side of this ridge here. Meanwhile, I think this is going to require some actual maneuvering. Well, I like the way these roads go from bridge to tunnel. Very European. So, and then I don't know. We should look at the content store. I'm thinking about buying some content. I mean, and not planes, but places to kind of land. All right, we're gonna give us a little more power here so that we can get over this hill here. But the good thing is we can go a lot slower forward than a helicopter. If we need to pick up some altitude, and we are picking up altitude pretty good here. What are we at? 500 feet per minute. It's like people living up there or something. Hard to tell, man. Hopefully we're gonna make it over this. It's not a big problem. Consistent 500 feet per minute. We're not anywhere near stalling out. Yeah, no problem. This is probably the highest up we need to go, really, because I think we're No, we got to go over the next one too. So we'll stay nice and high up. Yeah. I mean, again, we could go around the waterfront, but I kind of want to check out these hills, and it's worthwhile because there's like people living back here. Okay, well, we don't want to overload our engine now, but we're going to stay up around 2,000 feet, so we're going to gain a little more altitude here. There's a little city in here. What does this look like on the map here? It's this little. This is this area. Okay, no, that's area in there. LIBV2. What does it say about it? San Lucia? I don't know. Anyway, we're heading. Oh, we could go around the back way. Let's go around the back way. That's this way. It's just as fast. But that way we don't have to gain so much altitude. We're gonna go around the back way, not the waterway. The waterway would be that way. We'll go around the back way, and it's just as fast as far as I know. As far as I care. And besides, it's all new places that we haven't really seen before. And that way we don't have to gain nearly as much altitude, too. So we can get there a little faster. That 70 knots is probably about the best you're going to do. It's not super aerodynamic or anything like that. Right. Oh, 500. Yeah, as we come down a little bit, as we come down in altitude, you got to be careful to not over-rev your rotor. Because I think over 500 is not good for it. 400 is okay. I mean, it's just, you know, it'll go, it won't explode or anything. It's just, you know, it could overheat or something over 500. Yeah, we're going to make a left turn out of this valley here. So Santa Lucia, I don't know. Lucia, probably. That looks like a squela. But, you know, it's new terrain to me. Because that says something about Lucia back there. Nocera, is that a hospital too? It usually is. We'll have to see. Following the traffic out here today. It could be a traffic copter. I think a gyrocopter would make a pretty good traffic copter. Because you really don't need to hover in Trafficopter, you know, to do the job. Oh, Liv is back on. I gotta say hi to Liv. She's been on for 20 minutes. Oh, you can hear it. Chop, 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 chop. 425, 427. That's fine. All right. So dead ahead now, we can finally see it, is the Mount Vesuvius. That is the mountain that erupted and caused the destruction in very short order of the town of Pompeii. People literally didn't have time to get the hell out. Some probably did, but a lot of them did. A lot of them didn't think it was going to be a problem, and then ended getting flattened by a pyroclastic cloud. So it wasn't a lava flow that got them, though. It was just what's called a pyroclastic cloud, which is a cloud of gas that flows down off the side of an active volcano that reaches like over 1,000 degrees. And it basically, you know, comes down and sets everything on fire that it contacts with, including people. But it, you know, that's what killed them. But yeah, and then it buried them in ash, and that's what preserved. We're not going to see that, but we're at least going to see the area where you'd go if you wanted to see the preserved body of Pompeii, which a lot of people do. It's a popular tourist attraction. It's quite the historical event that a lot of people know about. For example, you know, most people go to school, probably heard about it. It's been movies made about it. The ideas of these people being preserved, basically doing what they were doing for hundreds and hundreds of over 1,000 years. I don't remember exactly when Pompeii. More than 1,000 years, I think. But again, we can't get lost because I have set a destination point, and those blue things are pointing us right to us. But this is a good little flight. I don't care. Again, I have to do some research if we can do a flight to the Northern Lights in 2024. There's got to be a way to do it. And we'll try to make that a priority sometime. Basically, and also the thing about this plane is you can kind of tell some planes are kind of jiggly. It's got a little jiggle. Oh, there's the toll booth right there. toll booth. It's not a phantom toll booth either. It's kind of, it's something, this one's just mildly jiggly, but it's pretty smooth ride. I mean, I don't think this would make you sick. And some small planes definitely have a ride that's going to make you sick. I mean, you know, just because of the bumps and the jingles and the bumps and the bumps, and they don't stop. And yeah, you can get in the kind of seasick, or just your stomach will get upset from all the jiggling. So we come around this hillside here, very pretty. You see Vesuvius ahead, deadhead. That's it. And ahead of us is a marked place, which I believe we will... I don't know if we'll be able to land there, but we can land in a pretty small spot. So if there's a decent-sized parking lot or a little park nearby, we can land there and get out and walk around. That's my plan, at least. It's not a well-thought-out plan, because I haven't checked it in advance. There's some Diet Cokes out of the can. But again, it's really interesting that we flew around. Again, I mentioned previously we were flying around a city that had all those hot houses or those grow houses, and I'm like, that didn't look like this. This looks like the normal city, just buildings, houses, apartment buildings, commercial areas. But you don't see a lot of giant indoor growing activity here. I guess there's a reason why it's segregated in a certain area. But we saw the same thing outside of Rotterdam, between the airport and Rotterdam. A lot of those enclosed grow houses, and I assume that they got to be for tulips in Rotterdam, but they're very similar. And I don't know what they're for, what they're growing here. I'm just guessing flowers of some kind. But I think it's, I mean, gosh, it's possible. Flowers can be a very valuable crop, and they can also again be hard to grow unless you do indoors. That's interesting looking set of buildings. I don't know. It's like a construction supply warehouse. I don't know. It'll take a while. It's got like a... Anyway. We're heading into where we want to go. Oh, yeah, we're checking on the map. Make sure we're heading to the place I want to go. Center on aircraft. Yeah, we're directly heading to it. You can see from our little map there. It's basically right on the street that we're on below here. I will be there shortly, so go ahead and fasten your seatbelts. Put your tray table in the fully upright position. She's not doing any of that. I don't know if those are grow houses. Some kind of industrial activity. Sightseeing. What will we look for? What we're looking for. I can literally see it up ahead, so. But I just want to enjoy this beautiful. Actually, it's a gorgeous day, and it's starting to get really cool in terms of interesting looking buildings from the air. And like, oh, what did that do? Some of them are messed up, but most of them are looking pretty good in this little region here. So I looked around, you know, so there's definitely different areas of Pompeii. It's kind of spread out where you can go and see some kind of ruin or some kind of monument or some kind of something. But then there's this one kind of special area, which is the primary touristy place to go to see, you know, Pompeii stuff. And that's what I think we're going to be looking for up here. But then there's other things to do in Pompeii. There's like restaurants and stores and stuff like that. It's like a real, you know, it's a modern city these days. As you can see, lots of people live here. Boy, it's a ways away from. You can see how far that pyroclastic cloud must have flown to get all the way down here. But they can go quite a ways, and they stay hot and deadly. There's also they have no oxygen in them, so you can suffocate quite quickly. All right, where it's got to be around, coming up around here somewhere. All right. All right. This is where I put the waypoint. So we're going to get quite low. I don't know if there's a lot to see or if it's, you know, sometimes it's, you know, you have to buy an add-on. But we'll just go where I put my waypoint and see if that's the point. There's rail traffic. You got a rail line coming in here. I just don't want to go too fast. And again, I haven't been here before, so I don't know exactly what we're looking for. if anything. There's a major road here. Whatever. I just love this whole vibe. All right, we're about to go to where I put the points of interest, and I think it was here. Right around up here. But this is where I marked. Is it the place? I don't know. It doesn't really look like it to me. It is. So I think if you stop here, let's just stop here for a second here. Are these some of the ruins there? That room? Let's get out of the plane, take a look. I don't know if we'll be able to see anything from here. Is this actual pot ruins? This might be Pompeii area ruins. I don't know. It'll actually, and it could be like this whole area here. No, this is a mall. That's a strip mall. It's definitely not that area. Huh. Is it on the other side of this little thing here? Hold on a second here. Yeah, I think some of the famous ruins might be like around here. I could be wrong. Man, I could be way wrong. This could not be what we're looking for. Okay. Well, good to know. All right, it was fun anyway. All right, back in the plane. Let's just check these before we start time again. We'll fly around the area. It's certainly a gorgeous area. Is it further up on the other side of this gigantic mall, I'm thinking? It'd be hard to tell. There might be some kind of ruins down here. Like there. That might be Pompeii area. Like here, too. It looks like ruins. But a lot of stuff looks like ruins from the air. You know what I mean? And some stuff is just obviously just buildings. All right, that was pretty cool. All right, I didn't see any kind of wide enough areas to land in, though. Like, why? You know, I'm looking at that. Does that look flat? It's kind of a not flat area. I mean, generally it is a plain, but until we get to the waterfront, we're not going to find anything that flat to land on. And I am practicing my landings in this aeroplano here, in the gyro, because it's interesting. You have to carefully monitor your rotor speed while you're landing so that you can properly kind of flare out at the last minute and have the right amount of energy stored so that you don't go flying off. Because you can't hover like you can in a helicopter. It's not a helicopter. This is where we landed last time, right in that area. All right, let's try landing there again. It's reasonably flat. There's no flaps or nothing. I'm just kind of reduce speed here. Kind of want to burn off energy. 310, 3.5. There we go. Burn off energy in the rotors. Wait a minute. A little more speed now. I come into this little area here. See if I can find something nice and flat. Ah. Oh. If you come in, oh, that's tricky. That is tricky. Hold on a second here. The other thing I wanted to practice. Okay, this is going to be tricky to tell you guys about. But I kind of been thinking about this, is that while you're coming in for landing, if you need to burn off energy from the rotor, you can quickly turn on and off the rotor brake to reduce energy on the rotor. I think this may just be a construction zone. I don't know. All right, we're going to take off again and try it, because I'm just having a great time with this thing. All right, full power again, brake off, get going forward before you know it. You don't need a lot of, just need some flat ground here. Things are starting to spin up. When we hit 200, oh geez, maybe I think we'll make it. There we go, full power. No problem. Kind of going like a bat out of hell. What's down? That's a food truck down there. I want to eat there. Oh, I'm sure that's a food truck. All right, so we're gonna come around here. We'll do one of those beach landings. There's some beaches up here. I think beach landing would be fun. Like with people on them and stuff like that. We can land on the people. All right. So what's our... Okay, 379. 351. Or 20, like really fast. So I want to put the brake on. Oh yeah, okay. The brake won't stay on, but you can put it on for like a short period of time. Is that how that works? Yeah. So we're gonna line over these bushes here. It's not gonna be a problem. That's gonna learn how to do this. I think we landed here before. We land here like on this little bluff here. What? I smashed. That was not a good one. All right. And hey, gives us more tries. You don't have to put another quarter in either. Hello. We're fine. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. After a crash on this plane and many others, the trim shows up wrong. We can just quickly make the trim 0, which is where you want it to be. All right, let's fly around again. That wasn't very flat though. I need to find like a flatter spot. I think that was the issue. I think that was like very, very non-flat. If you can find the beach, I think the beach is up here. It's pretty flat. Okay, we can land up here, in my opinion, which is the one that counts. We might be smashing onto some, we're going to land, oh yeah, cool. These are the boat, where they made the boats. It's kind of cool. This is like, oh, no more power. We might have to smash into some sunbathers here. I think that they're up here. Maybe not. Could just be a little road. Anyway, I want to land on it. Alright. It's not very flat. Jeez. Yeah, so my rotor is starting to... I hit a bump. It's fine. This is hard. This is tricky. I mean, you'd think it'd be simple. Well, to judge this, I could easily take off from here too. You know what I'm saying? Let me just turn around here. Definitely a bumpy parking lot, but it's acceptable. I think those are probably cars, since it's parked in, but they look like rocks. All right, we're gonna come around here. We're gonna come around here. It's definitely flat enough. This little red area here, little white thing here. There's your takeoff. It's not that flat. I'm not concerned about it. Oh, I'm a little concerned about it. Oh, that was a bad one. I'm probably gonna damage the old landing gear. I don't care. Yeah, you want to take off on something a little flatter than that. I'm just practicing takeoff and landing. It's fun. Trust me when I tell you. You know, we're not technically destroying anything, but in the real world, yeah, we would be. Is this a hotel? So yeah, so the stuff we were looking for in Pompeii is just in here. I mean, it's not far, but it's not really marked. And I looked it up on Google Maps, and that's what I got. kind of showing it where it's heading. It's right here. You can see it on our it's still on our navigation map, I believe. Yeah. So we're gonna stay low and see if we can find it, or just fly around there. Come up the river here. It should really be somewhere around here. But it might be right below us, and I'm just not really seeing what I'm supposed to see. Because there's definitely a lot of stuff that looks kind of like ruins from this altitude. But it might just be buildings that are not rendered that cleanly. Sticking on the river. Oh, we should not watch. You should watch out for power lines here. That's definitely a thing. Yes, I mean this is where we were before, where I think it's the right place, kind of here. And then there's this big building here. It's very modern looking. It might be a strip mall, or it might be a school. I don't know what it is. But and then there's like a lot of stuff here, like parks and open areas. And I thought maybe that the ruins are like around here somewhere. There, or like in here, just like this area here. But I don't know. Don't know. I want to check out this church. We didn't get too close to this cool looking church. You check it out. Yeah, it gives you a great deal of freedom, this gyro. Again, I would definitely want to practice landing as well before I tried to land anywhere but on an actual runway. But landing on a runway is quite easy. Even a short grass runway, no problem. Cool looking, very nice. I like it. Pretty. Okay. More stuff. What's this? This is a really old... Oh, is this the amphitheater? The ancient Pompeii amphitheater? I think it is. So that's another from the time of Pompeii, I believe. The amphitheater. Wow, cool. Okay, so we've seen a few things. That looks really good. Nice. Yeah, I forgot. We would want to see the amphitheater. It's that. And there's probably a lot of more ruins. I know there's lots more ruins around. They're spread out, though. They're not necessarily in one spot. But yeah, the amphitheater is cool. All right, where are we gonna land? We're gonna do the rain teasers. What kind of buildings are these? And then after the brain teasers, I'm gonna be doing a musical segment featuring my piano, which I'm sitting over there. We're gonna bring it right in. Ken's piano. It's gonna be a little different today from the audio perspective. What is gonna be different today? Well, I'll tell you a little more when the time comes. But I'm not gonna be using this mic, my AT2035. Condenser mic. I'm going to use my Shure SM-48 vocal, recording mic, live action. Why? I'll tell you. I'll talk more about that. Well, I'll tell you right now. There's no reason to wait. It's because I watch my own shows and I listen to my own shows, and I'm always listening to see whether the sound quality is good or bad, or especially when I'm doing karaoke, is the ratio between the karaoke song, my guitar, say, and my vocal is good, or is one overpowering the other. Because they're all three separate elements that need to be mixed together at some point. And usually I'm pretty good about it. I mean, I think it's okay. It's close. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. And but the thing I noticed when I'm doing my piano segments is there's a lot of noise of me playing the piano, the finger noise hitting the piano, which is partially because of that piano. And the mic is very sensitive and it's picking up a lot of finger noise, and it distracts me. I mean, there's no reason for there to be any finger noise because the piano is not making any sound. It's electronically hooked up directly to the mixer. So if my mic was not on, you wouldn't hear any finger noise. It's absolutely definitely being picked up by this microphone. Now the other mic I want to use is not very sensitive. You have to put it right next to your mouth to get any kind of sound out of it, which is fine. But it won't pick up the sound in my theory. My theory is, at least, it will not pick up the sound. It's a flat area up here, right? It won't pick up the sound of the clacking sound of me playing against the with my fingers. I don't know how flat it is. We'll find out. Actually, how about up here? It's even easier. These are like grain silos, you know, for the grain ships that come in or offload. These things are big. There's a grain ship right there, which is kind of cool. You can actually see the grain on the ship. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to burn up enough speed here. You never know, though. There's definitely a lot of sunbathers here. Nice. See, when you do land short, you land really short. Okay, we're going to turn off the engine here. Turn off the engine. There you go. They're going to go. I like the little smoke effect. It's not the most realistic thing in the world, but it's not horrible. It kind of comes in and just kind of dissipates. All right, we put our rotor brake on. We can stop that rotor going. Rotor is stopped. Beautiful. All right, so I think what all those little things represent people in you know, or they represent umbrellas. If we got out of the plane here, you can definitely see, you know, a lot of sunbathing activity. And if you look, you know, if you look up from up here, it's clear what's going on here. I think these people are having a party in the water. Well, you get the idea. But I think this is a major resort because look how huge this goes. It looks like they are color coded. So there's like this resort, this resort, this resort, and this resort. And I don't know what that means. Why you're not supposed to go from one to the other. And then there's these down here. This is a really huge tourist beach. Can you imagine the capacity? If all this place was full. And there we are. There's our little Magni Gyro. That was fun, though. I do, you know, unlike any other plane, there's no problems with it, and I always have a good time just having fun with it. All right, let's take a beautiful shot here of the gyro. We got to get the rotor in there because it's such a wildly different plane. I don't think the city, I think the water is going to be a better backdrop, though. And the mountain. That's going to have to do. Well, like that. Oh, yeah. Kinch Niner. There he goes. A screenshot from today, Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Can you believe it? Oh, all right, so what's next on the agenda since we're not doing 2 flights? I rarely do 2 flights. These days I'm like, I'll just do 1 flight. We'll just make it a good long flight. We'll start up. We'll cold start. We'll shut her down. We'll land a few. You know, we'll do some takeoffs and landings. There's always tomorrow, which is next time, which is tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after. Oh, by the way, speaking of tomorrow, you're probably thinking I haven't built some Lego in a while. I'm supposed to be getting a new Lego set today, delivered. That is a brand new Star Wars Lego set that has just been produced. It's Kylo Ren's. I can't remember what they call it. Kylo Ren's something or other, shuttle, I think. It's black and it's got really long wings that fold up. But it's not really a huge piece. It doesn't have a lot of parts. But I do want to build for Star Wars weekend. You know, May the 4th is Star Wars Day. And I am the #1 Star Wars fan. I'll tell a story on May 4th. I do want to build some Lego. I'll tell the story repeatedly, probably on May 4th. Today is the 2nd. So if I want to build it over 2 days, I might build it tomorrow and the 4th. And the 4th will be the finishing up the Star Wars Lego day. But let's get on to the next thing here, which is, give me my face here. Let me see my face. There's my face. We're going to get out of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to load up the brain games. What are the big brain games? The brain games are the same thing I do every single day, including days that I don't stream. I just do them in the morning. But on the days that I do stream, we do the brain games, the big brain games, after the flying, I think is a good time to do it. And what are specifically the big brain games? The big brain games are 2 quartals. The Microsoft, or not, I don't know, the Tightrope Trivia and 2 octortals. We'll get right into it. If you don't know what a quartal, trivia, or an octoral is, you're about to freaking find out. Oh my God, the Diet Coke. I need a little bit of Diet Coke before I do my brain games. All right, of course, as always, we start with the same 3 starting words. I don't know if it's boring to you, but I'm not going to change them. Hey, I played this game for a long time before I decided, I need 3 good starting words that I can remember. I don't know if it was my idea, We have an automatic get. We have 4 letters and the 5th. So not going to think about it. Let's see with this one here. Let's see. This gotta see. Huh. Could be matcha. M-A-C-H-A. Is that a word? We have all the words. This could be siren. It could be risen or siren. Unfortunately, I've run into this one before. Let's try this. I think this is going to be smelt, and that will tell us if it's siren or risen up here. Because if it's siren, this will be green, and it's not siren. Or sorry, it's not siren, but it could be risen. You got to be an expert to do it, right? It still could be risen, right? Yeah, but it couldn't be siren now because we know the S doesn't start there. Now we didn't know that. Now we know it's risen. All right, so all we know is an M and a C and an A. So is matcha a word? No. Okay. And that's not a word either. Well, that's not. Let's see. That's. It could not. It doesn't have to start with M, but it can't start with a C. If it doesn't start with the M and C, it's A. And there's no other. Remember, there's no other vowels. And the M can only go, if it doesn't start with the C or the M, then the M can only go there or there. A M C A M A C. A-M-A-C, AMAC. I don't think A-M-A-C works. A-M-C-A. Okay, let's see. It starts with an M then. M-A something. Now we know now there's a C in there somewhere. Oh, macaw. I always get it eventually. I mean, again, not the first time I've seen these words. You know what I mean? They're not uncommon words, but they're less common in these games than you'd think. I was thinking, I want to check one thing here. I'd like to be a little brighter here. Alrighty. All right. So we've done 1 out of 5 games that we like to do every day. The second one is going to be the Quordle Daily Extreme. It's the same, except you get fewer guesses and somewhat harder words. Although, honestly, since there's randomness, it's hard to tell for sure if that's the case. But we do the same starting words. Okay, what do we got here? We got a C. This could be chant, C-H-A-N-T, and not a lot of other things. So let's just grab it, and that gives us the H, but the H is eliminated. All right, but now we know this is probably going to be sport, since it ends on the T. Okay, we have M, N, A, and O, but not all 5. We have 3 here. Let's do the one that we have 4 out of 5 on. Let's see. This could be, can't be woman because the O can't be there. Could be something A-M-O-N or A-N-O-M. Could it be mango? I mean, it could be mango, but is it mango? I guess it could be mango. I'm pretty good at this. All right, now we know where the A is, and the G was helpful. So now we have 4 out of 5. All right, so this is going to be... I don't know. Yeah. It could be... Could it be gavel? G-A-V-E-L? I mean, it could be. All right, I'm pretty good at these games. Okay, we're moving along. Next game is going to be the Tightrope Trivia, which is a time trivia game with 9 questions that you got to answer. You get more points if you answer them fast, but you got to also get them right to get those points. A message of the characters that died of dysentery. Oregon Trail. Okay, you got to be a game guy for that one. I don't think I ever played it, though, but I've played a lot of classic computer games. And not for eating. Lower candidates can grow longer of... 12 inches. hippopotamus. Yeah, those are dangerous beasties. Poisoned by Mozart. There's a whole movie about that. Let's see. The currency which goes as a CHF or Helvetica franc. Oh, it sounds like Switzerland to me, but I don't know. That took a long time to figure out. At least I got it right. Oof. 300 Afro picks. Where's I think that's Questlove, but that's kind of a process of elimination. He's known for the picks. For his afro too. As soon as they go in sale, it has acted with what? Alacrity. Vocabs. I'm competing with Taylor Starlight on these, by the way. I'm going to kick her ass, though. She's smart, though. Just 7 miles from which city? Shenandoah, Washington, D.C.? Gosh. Took a while. Boy, I definitely not getting my time bonus on that one. Process of elimination, too. Chupa Chups hired as logo for its lollipops. Well, was it gotta be Spanish artist, right? Salvador Dali is Spanish. I did not know the specific thing, though. As Richard, which greenhouse significance it's climate change? Is it? Oh, it was methane. I was like, is it methane or carbon dioxide? Damn, I didn't trust my first instinct. That's not good. But, you know, I was close. And it is what it is. You only get one choice. Well, actually, they'll let you play it again, but I don't know why you'd want to. All right. Tightrope boss. Embarrassingly missed one question, but that's life. Are we finished? We are not finished. We got 2 more things to do here. We're going to do 2 octurtles. We're going to start with the regular octurtle, which is right here, octortle. The classic, and then we're going to jump to the hard one. Actually, we're just going to do the extreme today. The harder one. Let's do the regular one. It's a lot like the Quirtle, except you get 8 words to guess, 8 random words. Could be a bunch of things. Oh, this can't be a bunch of things. So we grab anything which we know. Clamp. Let's see, what do we got here? This is Mumpy. It could be dumpy or dumpy. Dumpy. Right? Oh, good. And that D was very helpful. We have another word that ends in Y, which, of course, I have a starting word that ends in Y. Always, you gotta. It has an I-E and R. It could be fiery. I mean, it could be. In fact, it is. The F wasn't helpful, though. All right, what else we got here? The D is helpful up here. So this is CL, and it's got to be cloud. O-U-D, got to be. Very nice. And then this also has a D in it. Oh, so now we know it's pride and not prize or, you know what I mean? What are the other things it could have been? Oops, I misspelled. Pride, very good. We got 2. We got 3 more to go and 5. Plenty of guesses. But let's get the easier one here. Okay, one of these 2 is going to be the easier one. Okay, this could be stick. S-T-I-C-K. And that gave us the K here. So now I think it's knock. K-N-O-C-K. And we have one left to go. This is the easy one. Okay, all we know is there's an N, an A, and an E. Oof. Could it be Haven? It could be, but it was. All right. Moving along. Again, we don't be here, but we're down to with our last game. What should we can either do the rescue. You know what? We'll do the rescue. The rescue is the hard one because I don't get to use my wonderful 3 starting words. That took a long time. Other than that, we have 8 words. It picks 4. Let's see. This is either S-U-R something E or U-R-S-E. I think it's got to be purse, right? Which is good because we needed the P. The P is over here, O-U. So it's O-U-P-E. And I think that means it can only be coupe, C-O-U-P-E. I don't know any other word that kind of has that form. And the C was important. The important thing is that you always kind of move on. You get more information. So we know it's something we know what it is. It's cache, C-A-C-H-E, E. Right? Yes, very good. Oh, and this one, now when that told us where the C is, we're moving along here. This is going to be D-E-C-A-L. Oh, and normally the L would help us a lot. It didn't. That's fine. Oh, look at all these hits here. We got, okay, let's look at both these. We have a G and an R and an E to place. But it can't be A-R-G-E. It could be wagered, A-G-E-R, right? I like wager. It's worth a try. It could be a couple other things. Yeah, it could be rager. That wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But we still have 4 guesses for 4. We can't get anything wrong here. Could it be anything else but rager? I'm looking at the... oh, it could be eager. E-A-G-E-R. In fact, usually it's eager. All right, let's do something else. I think this is eager, but let's wait for a second here because we got 2 other words to look at here. Okay, we have H, and we know it's over on this side. And we have an M and a U to place. It could be thrum. T-H-R-U-M. Bear with me. Okay. And, oh no, we have 3 guesses to get 3 more words. Oh, what's this one? This one has a Y. Starts with T and has a Y and a G in it. It could have an I in it. That's the only vowel that's unused. And they can't have the G there. It could have the Y. T-Y something. And yeah, it could be something I-N-G. It'd be tying. T-Y-T-Y-I. That's available. N's available. And it could end in G. I'm going to try it. Very good. I'm good at this game, by the way. Don't try this at home. You won't have the same results. This is from years of kind of having these 5-letter words in your brain for a long time. Okay, R-U-N. And then it's got to end in T, right? Because there's a T, but it's not there. But it's not grunt because there's no G. It could be brunt. B-R-U-N-T. It kind of has to be. All right, we got 1 guess to get the last word, and I already said I think it's eager. E-A, but it could be rager. It was eager. I thought it was eager. Okay, you know what we did? We won the daily rescue. We won the others. We got 8 out of 9 on the tightrope, which is a loss. But again, I like to get all 9. And I think I could have got that one. I got I should have guessed the cow farts have methane and not carbon dioxide in them. That was a lapse on my part. We should have been just chatting. Let me just switch right over to music. Nobody's here today, which is great. I like it when it's nice and quiet. Why am I switching over to music? Why do you think I'm switching over to music? Oh, let's get over here again. That was fun. We did the brain games. I had a good time. I'm gonna have to run my mid roll. That's gonna take about 3 minutes. I'm going to drag my piano in here. There's gonna be piano a playing. We're gonna be experimenting with my new mic using my old mic as a different mic. You'll figure it out. I don't know how that's. Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to mess with the reverb settings and that kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to it. All right, here we go. minute. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Check what? Hold on. I'm still setting up. That's good. So okay, different microphone. It's very, very unsensitive, which is what I wanted. So if it's off, hold on. A check 1. Oh, okay. Now I got some reverb. Okay, reverb on. Reverb off, but it's still pretty loud. But I got to get my voice, got to get right up next to it to get any kind of sound out of it. And this is off, right? Okay, that mic is off. This mic is on. Now see when I'm doing this, you don't hear any sound of the clicking. Just hear the pure piano sound. I gotta move this out. Like to there. It's gonna be right in front of my face. But I don't mind that. I don't mind. It's not, it is what it is. But it sounds really good too. It picks up the voice much, it's much more intimate sounding. And the other thing is, am I gonna smash my face into it? And also, you can really notice when I'm like, here, you can't hear anything, and then I get up close, and it's like, oh, there it is. There's that sound. The sound of the sound. Did I unmute myself? Looks like I did. I got it really, really loud. Hold on. I'm calibrating. Okay, and then when I want to do reverb, I can put the reverb on. It's going to sound annoying to you, except when I'm singing. And then when I'm not talking, you can't hear anything. I like it. We're going to check it out. This might be the way to go. But we'll try. We'll see. Only for the piano strings. The guitars are. It's different. You can't really hear me playing the guitar as well. But I don't know. We'll see. I do like this mic. It's just an adjustment issue here. Okay, reverb up until I need to sing. This room is completely dry. All right, welcome to Ken's Lounge. So excuse the delay and the kind of talking, but I'm changing my setup a little bit here. Welcome. Still got plenty of Diet Coke left there. There's the Diet Coke. All right, well, what is Ken's Lounge? Welcome to Ken's Lounge. It's basically I have this list of songs here on this piece of paper, and I got to be able to sit down and play a song for you. There's no music, there's no lyrics or anything like that. Does that work? Let's find out. And just play the song. Like, for example, say a little prayer. down, settle in, get yourself a Diet Coke. I'll move this a little bit here. And, you know, you don't have to have Diet Coke. You can have Coke Zero. That's your choices. That's all we have here. Okay, I'm going to try singing one. This is going to be a sing. Okay, turn the reverb on. Reverb on. It's called Peaches. Okay. By the Presidents of the United States of America. I don't do it every time, but I feel like doing it. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country. Oh, right, tell it's too hot. Hold on. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man in a factory downtown. If I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. Sun smoking bulges in the shade. Country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. I took a nap where the roots all twist. I squished a rotten peach in my fist, and I dreamed about you, woman. I poked my finger down inside to make a little room for an ant to hide. Well, nature's candy in my hand, or can or pie. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Peaches. All right, that's kind of the singing part of it. All right, a little just piano lounge music. On a sad notice, from a musician I had a lot of respect for, Jill Sabuli, died yesterday. You know, she's 1 year older than me. I was like, oh, I just heard about it. I'd met her a couple of times some years ago, and I don't know if you heard of Jill Sabuli. Sobul is really her name. It's like, wow, that's young to be dying of probably something medical, but no, she was a house fire. Still. All right. Sad for, okay, Girl from Ipanema. And she was touring and doing music, all sorts of concerts. Very active. Ken's Lounge. Girl from Ipanema is always a good welcome. Next thing we're going to do is called Too Far Gone by Todd Rundgren. Let's see what it looks about here. Check. Dry your eyes, my little friends. Let me take you by the hand. Ready, rock steady. When Johnny strikes up the band, we'll be rocking in the projects. walking down along the strand. Freddie getting ready, rock steady, when Johnny strikes up the band. Hey, when Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the band. Thanks for the sub. 6 months. That's incredible. We'll get to that soon. And Johnny is my man. Man. He's the keeper of the keys. He'll put your mind at ease. He's guaranteed to please, backed by popular demand. Look around, my little friends. Jubilation fills the land. Freddie getting ready, rock steady, when Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the band. When Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the, when Johnny strikes up the band. Anyway, thank you very much for the resub. I don't know if I'd call this a band, a warm-up band, but a warm-up act. It's a warm-up act. There's miles of very scantily clad girls just waiting. But I gotta finish my set first, you know. We're gonna just play a few more songs, you know. Thanks, no problem. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. Just the two of us. All right, how about this song as an instrumental? Can't really sing Stevie Wonder.
and nothing has happened. All right, I'm gonna play Steve Band song and sing it. It's called "Hey 19." Hey 19. There you go. A little verb there. All right, it goes like this. Yeah, it does. Close. Figure it out. Way back when in '67, I was the dandy Gamma Chi. Sweet things from Boston, so young and willing. Moved down to Scarsdale, where the hell am I? Hey 19, no we can't dance together. No we can't talk at all. Please take me along when you slide on down. Hey 19, that's Aretha Franklin. She don't remember the Queen of Soul. It's hard times befalling the soul survivors. She thinks I'm crazy, but I'm just growing old. Hey 19, no we can't dance together. No we can't talk at all. Please take me along when you slide on down. Shake it. Dance on the low. Scale it low. The Cuervo Gold, the fine Colombian, make tonight a wonderful thing. The Cuervo Gold, the fine Colombian, make tonight Hey 19. Why not? Let's play some more lounge, classic lounge material like this one. Misty. Gotta play Misty, or you're not a lounge piano player, in my opinion. My opinion, of course, being the only one that matters. Here's a fan favorite. There's a man who leads a life of danger. With everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Oh, with every move he makes, well, another chance he takes. Odds on he won't live to see tomorrow. Beware of pretty faces you may find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Oh, be careful what you say. Don't give yourself away. Odds on you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. Well, they've given you a number and they've taken away your name. You're sunning in the Riviera one day, and bleeding in a Bombay alley next day. Oh, don't let the wrong word slip when kissing persuasive lips. Odds on you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. Well, they've given you a number and they've taken away your name. Secret agent man, secret agent man. Well, they've given you a number and they've taken away your name. Look out, it's a agent man, secret agent man. This mysterious life you choose is a deadly game. We done this song yet? Not today, I mean. We've done this song on previous occasions. I have no clue. Thank you for your message. I have no clue how people can incorporate chords and intervals into the melody. It takes years of practice. I 100% know what you're saying there. 100%. It was a huge struggle for me for about 10 years. But I've been playing piano for the bigger portion of my life, so more than 50. You know, it's I'm still learning. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. It's just playing the songs over and over again, so you can kind of hear the melody, separate out the melody, the chords, and get the counterpoint and the kind of the rhythm in as well. It's a challenge. It's absolutely a challenge, but that's why I love doing it, and that's why I got to keep practicing, or I will kind of lose the ability to sit down and play the piano and do as well as I do. Gonna play. Let's see. Well, this one, little Charlie Brown. Let's get it right. Vince Guaraldi there for the old Charlie Brown shows. Now we're gonna sing, or we're not gonna sing. Yeah, we're gonna sing. I want to do the song "Still Alive" from. I gotta get the lyrics for this one. Hold on. I've not memorized this one. All right, goes like this. It's from the game Portal 2, a Portal actually. This was a triumph. Making a note here, huge success. This was a triumph. Got the notes. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. Do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me, tore me to pieces, and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now I've the points of data make a beautiful line. Now we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. I'm so glad we got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke, haha, that chance. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. And while you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Yeah, it's a rough version of that song, Still Alive, from Portal. I like that song though. All right, let me do an instrumental of some kind here. It's going to be, let's see. What should we do as an instrument here? Here we go. right, last song of the day. By the way, tomorrow there'll be another stream, roughly the same time I started today, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. It's gonna be hopefully a nice long stream because I'm gonna be building some Lego for the next 2 days. And basically, what that means is after the music stream, I stop and I keep streaming, and I just kind of go to the floor there, put my camera there facing the floor, and we build Lego on the floor. Hey, Charles, yeah, it is Piano Day. Good to see you. How you been? Hope you've been doing well. I got my reverb on, so it's kind of crazy. I'm almost at the end though. I've been streaming for 2 hours. We did some music. We did my big brain teasers. Jeez. Hope you are doing very well, Charles, and everybody in the community who stopped by today. Okay, it goes like this. What's the last song I like to do? Oh yeah. Around me are familiar faces, worn down places, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression. Hide my head, I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen. Went to school when I was very nervous. No one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Looked right through me, and I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Enlarging your world. Mad world. That song pretty much sums up how I've been, pretty much, you know what I mean? Mad World by Gary Jules is actually an INXS song. Good to see everybody, but I wish I could go longer, but been playing, been singing. Been singing. I think that's it for me for today. Tomorrow, there'll be more flying around in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's going to be big brain games. I'm going to do my 2 quartals, my Tightrope Trivia. It's the same every time. And 2 octortals, 2 of the 8. I'll forget it. You'll see it. You saw it today. I'm starting to do them every time. I like doing them on stream. And some people enjoy that content. I don't know why. But and the second half of the stream, there'll be musical content with me playing the guitar. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for seeing Dan come by. Tomorrow's going to be a guitar day. I'll whip out guitar. Not this one, because I've already been playing it like 5 times in a row. Switching out with the guitar. Maybe a different guitar. And then I believe I have some Lego being delivered today. It's a Star Wars Lego, so it's very appropriate for the next 2 days. May the 5th is Star Wars Day, so I'll be talking about Star Wars and telling you about my relationship with Star Wars, which is kind of goes back a ways. It goes back 50 years, let's just say, or more. And we'll be talking. So there's quite a bit to talk about. We'll be talking about that, and I'll be building some Star Wars, some new Star Wars Lego that just dropped. It's not original Star Wars. It's Kylo Ren Star Wars, but it's still Star Wars. Okay, all right. And I just rewatched the episode 9, which is where this particular piece of Lego comes through. Yeah, May the 4th be with you. Today is the 2nd, so tomorrow's the 3rd. But we'll start the building on the 3rd, and we'll finish it on the 4th. So that'll be especially appropriate. But basically, the whole weekend will be dedicated to Star Wars. I guess it's not like I can play Star Wars on the guitar or anything like that, so I don't really think that's gonna go very well. Hey, I'm gonna try to raid I'm gonna try to raid somebody who's a music streamer. I don't think she allows it. I want to see though. Well, I think we tried this before, and she doesn't allow raids. But you know, you guys wanted pretty girls. I want to just see if they Oh, wrong chat. Okay, hold on a second here. Wrong chat. Let me see if that works. I think she doesn't allow it. That's what check her settings. Finish on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, because I will be also streaming Monday, Cinco de Mayo. That doesn't seem to do. Is it? Oh, is it slash raid? Backslash. Oops. Let me type it right. I don't think she allows them. I think we've been through this before. Why are my commands not working? No. Where's the exclamation point? I don't know. It worked before. Shit. It should say no or yes. Yeah, no, my raid commands aren't working. Oh, wait, stop. Now I think it's actually going to let me raid heaven. You guys wanted the hot, somebody's, LA Vino Latinos, and like, where are the hot girls? And I'm like, well, there's a hot girl, and she's also in the music, so we'll go there. I like her. I don't know if they're going to note anything. It doesn't, it's not showing me rating. Yeah, I don't think it's rating. It's fine. All right, goodbye. See you next time.